Good morning children, how are you all? Let us discuss the next part, another point in the third lesson. Name of the lesson is rain, where does it come from? Rain is the main source for us to cultivate our crops, for drinking, for another purpose. Mainly we get the water from the rain only. Yes or no? So we need to understand the importance of the rain and we need to know about the rain. For that only they kept this lesson in our book. Okay. So rain inside main content is water. So what things will be to know about water? If we discuss, so many things are there about the water. So water which is changing from one form to another form, which can helpful to us to give the rains to us. To get the rains, water changing from one form to another form. Main thing is water. So how it is changing? From which form to another form it is changing? How can we understand? What process we call? Let us discuss in this lesson. Okay, already some of the points were we discussed. Types of the forms of the water. There are three types of forms are there for the water: solid form, liquid form and gaseous form. And the water conducts the some amount of process. We discussed already the evaporation process and condensation process based on the situation of the climate condition. Let's see these two processes, that means evaporation, condensation, these two processes are helping to bring the rain for us or to form the rain for us. Let's see what things are there. Here I have drawn the picture is water cycle picture. Here water and cycle. Cycle means which is continuously going on, which is running always or which is going always, which is working always called as cycle. So water cycle means the water changing one form to another form, it is continuously throughout the year happening in the nature. For that only this is called as water cycle. Another words also we can see, or another words are there for the water cycle. In our textbook not mentioned, but in another higher classes inside, the name of the water cycle there is. So I am going to give for you, you write in your notebook. Telugu word of this Neeti Valayam. Neeti Valayam antaru. And another word of water cycle is hydrocycle. See, hydrocycle means hydro means water, cycle means continuation process. So the water conducting the continuation process, changing from one form to another form to give the rain, this process, this phenomena is called as water cycle. Telugu word of this Neeti Valayam. Let's see in the water cycle what is happening, how rains are forming, how we are getting rain, from where the rain is coming from. The lesson name that one only know, rain, where does it come from? So we need to understand how rain is forming, what is the definition of the rain and who are participating to form the rain, to give the rain. Let us discuss. Here you can see the picture inside, house I drawn, tree and the water source, pond, lake maybe, and the mountains and the sun and the clouds are there. In this two processes are there, those two processes are giving rain to us. The first process I am telling for you, when the water bodies like rivers or seas, oceans, streams, small amount of lakes, when they received much amount of sunlight, here is the sun. The sunlight when it produced by the sun, and when the water gets that sunlight starts the heating. Yes or no? When we boil the water getting so much of heat. Yes or no? So when the sunlight exposed to the water, or when the water received the sunlight from the sun, start the boiling process. So when it is getting heat, the liquid form of the water changing into the gaseous form of the water. That means water changing into the water vapor. Already we discussed before the process which is changing water into the water vapor called as evaporation. Aviravanam. Yes or no? So when the sunlight falls on the water, water starts the heating and water gets the heat and start the evaporation. So the fumes and water vapor. Vapor means aviri, or we can say gases form of the water. Okay. So the gases form of the water which is lighter than the water. Lighter means very less weight. Equal to the air we can say. Water also equal to the air. In that air there will be some moisture. Some amount of water droplets will be. So those water droplets and moisture which is raising up and goes to the sky side. Okay, after when it is received the sunlight and it is getting heat, after that produces the water vapor. That water vapor rises up and goes to the sky and forms the clouds. So clouds inside what will be? We can see if you go outside of the house, just look up to the sky. You can see many things in the sky, yes or no? Daytime and night time. So when it is pleasant climate time, different types of things we can see in the sky. Very beautiful to see, no? See, sometimes we can see clouds in the sky. Sometimes a clear sky will be. Some clouds formation will not be. Anyway, if you see the cloud, the white color cloud is having some amount of water vapor on it. That means it's total a smoke, a vapor. So that vapor which is formed by the, or that steam which is formed by the water evaporation process only. So the water vapor rises up and forms the clouds. When the clouds are filled with so much of water vapor, listen carefully. Evaporation after, next process is going to conduct by the cloud. So when the evaporated water vapor goes up to the sky and forms the clouds, when always that cloud collects so much of water vapor from the earth, what is happening, you know? It is unable to carry much amount of water. Unable to means it may not bear much amount of weight of the water. So that time the white color cloud, or we can say fume like structure. Fume means poga. So looks like a smoke cloud structure. That smoke cloud, when it is filled with so much of water vapor, due to the climate condition, it is filled with total water. At that time, that cloud looks very dark color. Black, no. Sometimes we may see in the sky black color clouds. Yes or no? Same way, the white colored cloud, when it is having, we can see less amount of water is there in that, or less amount of water vapor is there in that. So when it is changed from white color or white to the dark color, we can understand that cloud full of water, filled with full of water. So when it is not bearing that weight or unable to bear that weight, so at the time it sends the water down. So here one more process conducted by the cloud. This is the water vapor, yes or no? Because the water vapor which is came from the water formed the clouds. So in this what is there? Water vapor is there. This water vapor, due to the cool climate provided by the trees and climate condition, this cloud changes from water vapor to water again. So the process which is conversion of the water vapor to water is called as condensation. We discussed already. Water vapor changing into the water, and the cold climate when it is exposed or when it is affected the cloud send the water down. This process is called water cycle, or this phenomena is called water cycle. See here two processes we can see. One is evaporation, second one is condensation. So once evaporated, the water vapor goes up to the sky, forms the clouds, and the clouds conducts the condensation process. They send the water down in the form of rain. So this process is a continuation process, or throughout the year it is conducted by the nature. Okay, so this is the cycle which we can call as water cycle. Another name of this hydrocycle, and in Telugu neeti valayam antaru. So like this, the nature conducting this type of process to give the rain for us. Okay, so in the next class we discuss the last topic of the lesson, and you all draw this picture in your notebook and send to me. Try to practice the diagram. The very important diagram it is, and you have to practice well, and in examination also many times they are giving this type of diagrams. Okay, so you have to know the explanation of water cycle and also diagram. Practice well, draw the picture in your notebook and send to me. Thank you for watching.